Life is not fair, but you can still win big. The world won't wait, so why should you? Every failure is a hidden lesson. Every pain is secret power. Stay with me, and I'll show you the roadmap to turn struggle into unstoppable success. Welcome to Easy English Official, where we learn English through real stories of life, growth, and power. Today you will discover how to face unfair challenges, build strength, and create your own destiny. All in simple English that is easy to follow and inspiring for everyone. Chapter 1. Facing Life's Unfairness. Bouncing back from falls. Life often feels like a race, but the truth is that not everyone begins from the same starting line. Some are given smooth roads, supportive families, and every resource they need, while others face obstacles before they even take their first step. It is hard to accept that the world is not fair, but the sooner we understand this truth, the sooner we can begin to take control of our lives. Facing unfairness is not the end of the story. It is only the beginning. Imagine a young child who dreams of becoming something great, but wakes up each morning in a home filled with hunger, noise, or even fear. That child does not have the same start as someone who grows up in safety and comfort. Yet, it is often these difficult beginnings that teach us the strength to keep moving forward. Every person's story is different, and your story matters even if it begins with struggle. What matters most is not where you start, but how you continue. When life feels unfair, the first temptation is to complain or to give up. But giving up will not change anything. Complaining does not move us forward. The real power comes when we decide to face the truth. Life is not equal, and that is okay. Once we stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What can I do now?" we take back our power. That mindset becomes the key to growth. The story of Viola Davis shows us this lesson clearly. She grew up in deep poverty, sometimes eating from trash bins just to survive. Many children in her situation might have believed life would never get better. But instead of letting pain destroy her, she decided to let it fuel her. She accepted her hard reality, but she never accepted that it would control her future. That decision made all the difference. When you accept life's unfairness, it does not mean you give up. It means you prepare yourself for the fight ahead. You understand the ground you are standing on, and you choose to move forward anyway. This is the first real step toward reaching any dream. No one else can walk this step for you. It belongs to you alone, and it begins with courage. Courage is not the absence of fear or sadness. Courage is walking forward even when fear is heavy on your shoulders. When you start from behind, you may feel envy or anger when others seem to succeed more easily. But instead of letting those feelings stop you, you can turn them into motivation. Every time you see someone further ahead, remind yourself that you too are running your race, and your finish line is still possible. Life will put ropes on your feet. These ropes can be poverty, family struggles, health problems, or lack of opportunity. But history shows us that people who rise from the lowest places often build the strongest character. It is not about avoiding obstacles. It is about learning how to untie those ropes and continue. Each knot you loosen makes you stronger for the next challenge. Think about the people who inspire you most. Many of them did not come from wealth or privilege. Instead, they came from the very bottom, with nothing to give but their determination. The reason their stories move us is because they reflect the truth. Greatness is possible even in unfair conditions. This is why your own struggles can one day become your strength. There is beauty in starting from behind, even if it does not feel that way at first. Because when you achieve success after fighting against the odds, your victory becomes a testimony of resilience. Your journey becomes proof to others that pain does not have to end in defeat. This is why it is important to embrace your beginning, no matter how unfair it feels. Your story may be hard, but it can still be powerful. Every obstacle in life has two sides, one that can break you and one that can build you. The choice belongs to you. Do you allow the weight of unfairness to crush your hope, or do you use it as the weight you lift to grow stronger? Like exercise for the body, struggle becomes exercise for the soul. Each trial is a chance to train your mind to be tougher than before. You will meet people who had easier roads, and sometimes you will wonder why they have what you don't. But remember, comparison is a thief. It steals your energy and leaves you with bitterness. The better path is to focus only on your steps, your race, and your future. The more you look at others, the less time you spend building yourself. Your destiny is built by your hands, not theirs. One of the hardest parts of facing unfairness is loneliness. Sometimes it feels like no one else understands your pain, but loneliness can also become a teacher. It teaches you to rely on your own strength and to discover your inner voice. That voice will carry you forward when no one else is there to cheer for you. When you become your own supporter, the world cannot easily break you. It is easy to believe that unfair beginnings will define the end. But stories across history tell us something different. From leaders to artists to scientists, many started with nothing. What made them special was not their start, but their choice to continue. You too can make that choice today, no matter where you are standing. Accepting unfairness is the doorway to building your own future. Viola Davis once said, she carried her hunger, her fear, and her childhood memories into every performance. She did not erase them. She used them as fuel. This is a powerful lesson. The very pain you hate today can become the strength you admire tomorrow. The scars you carry may not disappear, but they can remind you of how strong you have become. They can be proof that you survived what tried to break you. The truth is that unfairness is permanent. There will never be a perfectly equal world. But within this reality, each person has the power to write their own chapter. You cannot change where you started, but you can decide how the next pages of your story will be written. That is the gift life gives to every person, the power to choose what happens next. When you fall, it is not the end. Falling is part of walking. Every stumble teaches you balance. Every failure teaches you patience. Life is not about never falling. It is about how many times you rise again. Rising is the action that builds your future. Every rise makes you stronger than before, and soon you will see that falls are not enemies but teachers. If you feel behind others, remind yourself that speed is not the only measure of success. Endurance, persistence, and direction matter more than speed. Even if you walk slowly, if you keep walking forward, you will still reach your destination. Many who run quickly lose their way because they did not learn patience. But those who endure, even from behind, finish with strength. Your dream is not canceled just because your start was unfair. Your dream is waiting for you at the finish line, but it asks you to fight for it. It asks you to show courage in moments of doubt. It asks you to keep going when life tries to push you down. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step closer to proving that your unfair start cannot control your end. When you look at unfairness, do not see a locked door. See a challenge that asks for creativity. See a test that asks for resilience. Life is not asking you to be perfect. It is asking you to be persistent. You don't need to remove every obstacle at once. You only need to keep moving forward step by step, even with the weight of the unfairness on your back. That movement is victory. One day, you will look back and see that unfairness made you stronger than you imagined. The pain that once hurt you will become the story that inspires someone else. You will realize that your scars were not marks of weakness, but marks of survival. This realization will fill you with pride because you will know you turned pain into power. That is the meaning of bouncing back. The reason people admire those who overcome unfairness is because they show us what is possible. They remind us that our limits are not fixed. They prove that the human spirit can survive and grow even in the harshest conditions. And if they can do it, so can you. You may not believe it today, but one day you will see your own power in action. The first step is always acceptance. Accept where you are, even if it is painful. Accept that your start may be behind others. Then, with acceptance, decide to fight. This is not surrender. It is the most powerful beginning you can choose. Because once you know the truth, you are no longer wasting time asking, "Why me?" Instead, you begin asking, "What's next?" That question moves you forward. Unfairness can make you bitter, or it can make you better. This is a choice you must make daily. Choose bitterness, and you will remain stuck. Choose growth, and every challenge becomes a stepping stone. Your story is waiting for you to choose the second option. Every day is a chance to take that step, and every step forward is proof that you are greater than the weight on your shoulders. When you fight against unfairness, you may not win every battle, but the fight itself builds you into someone who cannot be broken. The pain sharpens your vision, the failures strengthen your will, and the struggles carve your character. Even when the world says you cannot, your actions can say, "Yes, I can." That is the moment when unfairness loses its power over you. The race of life is long, and starting behind may seem impossible. But remember, the finish line does not disappear just because you are late. It waits for you. What matters is not who started first, but who did not quit. If you keep running, walking, or even crawling, you are still moving closer. And movement, no matter the pace, will always defeat standing still. The voice of doubt will tell you to stop. It will remind you that the road is not fair, that others are ahead, that your chances are small. But your answer must be stronger. I will not quit. The voice of persistence must be louder than the voice of fear. Every time you silence doubt, you give yourself permission to rise again. That inner dialogue is the battle you must win. Your unfair start is not a curse. It is a challenge that can shape you into someone extraordinary. The strongest trees grow in the harshest winds. The brightest stars shine in the darkest skies. In the same way, your difficulties can prepare you for greatness. If you choose to embrace them, they will make you stronger, wiser, and more resilient than those who had an easy path. It is true that life is not fair, but life is also not final. Each day is a new chance to build, to grow, and to continue. The unfairness of yesterday does not have to define tomorrow. What defines tomorrow is the step you take today. That is the secret to bouncing back from every fall. Never stop stepping forward. No matter how small, Each step is proof of your courage. When you rise after falling, you teach yourself that you can survive. And when you rise again and again, you teach yourself that you can thrive. This is the hidden gift inside unfairness. It forces you to discover the power you never knew you had. And once you find that power, nothing in the world can take it away. That is how you turn unfairness into strength. So the question is not whether life is fair. The question is, will you rise? Will you take the step even from behind? Will you accept the pain but choose to move forward anyway? Your answer to this question will decide your future. And if you choose to rise, you will discover that unfairness cannot stop you. It can only push you to become stronger than ever before. Chapter 2. Don't expect sympathy for your dreams. Dreams are beautiful, but they are also heavy. When you decide to follow a dream, you may hope that others will support you, encourage you, or even walk beside you. But the truth is, sympathy is not guaranteed. No one is required to feel sorry for you or to help you simply because your dream is hard. If you wait for sympathy, you may wait forever. Sympathy feels good, but it is not fuel. It cannot carry you across the distance between where you are and where you want to be. Some people may show kindness, but others will look away. They are not cruel. They are simply busy with their own struggles. Everyone has battles you cannot see, and expecting them to carry your load will only leave you disappointed. This is why self-reliance matters most. Imagine your dream as a ship sailing across a wide, dangerous ocean. The waves are high, and the storms are real. You may hope that someone will jump on board and help steer, but in reality, you are the captain. The ship belongs to you, and so does the responsibility. When the sea becomes rough, you cannot wait for sympathy. You must take the wheel and keep moving forward. Many people give up, not because their dream is impossible, but because they expected help that never came. They looked around, hoping for encouragement, and when no one gave it, they lost heart. But dreams are not powered by applause. They are powered by persistence. Even if no one claps for you, you must keep building, keep sailing, and keep believing in your journey. Think of Elon Musk after leaving PayPal. He could have stopped there and lived a comfortable life. Instead, he risked everything to build SpaceX and Tesla. People laughed at him, criticized him, and predicted failure. No one offered sympathy because his dreams seemed too wild, but he did not beg for understanding. He showed his vision, he showed his work, and he let action speak louder than any plea for sympathy. Sympathy is like rain. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't. But you cannot build your farm waiting for rain. You must dig, plant, and water with your own hands. If rain comes, be grateful. If not, keep working. The harvest will depend more on your consistency than on luck or kindness from others. In the same way, your dream will grow from your sweat, not from someone else's pity. The world does not owe us encouragement. It does not owe us understanding. When you realize this, you free yourself from the trap of disappointment. Instead of asking why no one cares, you begin asking what steps you can take today to move closer to your goal. That shift in mindset is the difference between those who give up and those who succeed. Sometimes people will ignore your dream because they are too focused on their own. Other times they may secretly hope you fail because your success would remind them of their own inaction. None of this is your responsibility. Their reaction cannot define your path. Your dream is too important to let it be controlled by the approval or disapproval of others. Sympathy may comfort you for a moment, but action will carry you for a lifetime. Every hour you spend wishing someone understood you is an hour you could use to build something real. When you replace complaints with effort, you discover that progress itself is the best comfort. Success is built not in the arms of sympathy, but in the sweat of persistence. The ocean of life will always test you with storms. The captain who cries for help may drown, but the captain who grips the wheel and keeps sailing will survive. Your dream is your ship, and the storms are temporary. If you can endure them, the ocean will one day open into calm waters. But you must be willing to keep sailing even when no one is watching, even when no one is cheering. It is natural to want people to believe in you. It is human to want encouragement, but waiting for it is dangerous. Some of the greatest people in history were mocked, doubted, and abandoned, yet they moved forward anyway. Their legacy is proof that belief in yourself is far more powerful than the belief of others. You don't need everyone to understand you. You only need to keep moving. If sympathy comes, accept it with gratitude. But if it doesn't, do not stop. Your dream does not require permission to exist. It requires work. It requires discipline. It requires you to wake up every morning and take one more step, even when the world is silent. Silence is not the enemy. Quitting is the enemy. And as long as you refuse to quit, silence cannot defeat you. One danger of expecting sympathy is that it makes you weak. You start to believe that someone else is responsible for your progress, but this is false. No one else can live your life. No one else can carry your dream. When you realize that you are fully responsible, it feels heavy at first, but then it becomes empowering. Because if it depends only on you, then nothing can stop you except you. There will be times when you feel invisible, when no one notices your effort. But invisibility is not failure. It is preparation. Work in silence and let your results make the noise. People may ignore your dream now, but one day they will see the fruits of your persistence. By then, you will not need their sympathy. You will have your success. Think again of Elon Musk. Banks doubted him, investors laughed at him, critics attacked him, yet he poured his own money, his own energy, and his own faith into his projects. He did not wait for others to feel sorry for him. Instead, he showed them results. Today, the very companies people mocked are leading industries. That is the power of action without expectation. The lesson here is clear. Stop begging for support. Stop asking for pity. Start showing proof. Proof of your work. Proof of your discipline. Proof of your commitment. Proof is stronger than sympathy. Proof convinces even your enemies. Sympathy may win you a kind smile, but proof wins you a future. And proof is built only through relentless effort. The people who reach the top of mountains do not cry about the steepness of the climb. They keep climbing, one step at a time. They know the mountain will not bend down to make it easier. In the same way, your dream will not come down to meet you. You must climb to meet it. Every complaint is wasted energy. Every step forward is progress. You must also remember that sympathy often runs out. At first, people may cheer for you. But as time goes on, their voices fade. This is natural. People get tired, distracted, or focused on their own lives. If your motivation depends on their voices, you will stop. But if your motivation comes from within, you will keep going even when the crowd disappears. Your dream is like a fire. If you wait for others to add wood, your fire will die. But if you keep adding fuel yourself, your fire will grow so strong that people will notice it from miles away. They will come closer not out of sympathy, but out of respect. And respect is far more valuable than sympathy. There is also freedom in not expecting sympathy. When you release the burden of waiting for others, you gain speed. You no longer waste energy chasing approval or begging for help. You move forward faster, lighter, stronger. Your journey becomes pure, powered only by your vision and your work. This is the mindset of true builders. When you begin to focus only on action, you discover that people eventually notice anyway. The world may ignore your dream at the start, but it cannot ignore consistent results. Results speak louder than words, and they never ask for sympathy. They demand attention by their very existence. Your job is not to make people feel for you. It is to create results they cannot ignore. Think of your dream as a seed. If you hold it in your hand and cry because no one waters it for you, it will die. But if you plant it, water it, and protect it, it will grow into a tree. And once it grows, it will provide shade and fruit not only for you, but for others as well. The seed of your dream is waiting. Will you cry over it, or will you plant it? The truth is, no one else can want your dream as much as you do. Others may care, but they cannot feel the fire burning inside your chest. That fire belongs only to you. That is why your dream must be built by your hands, your choices, and your persistence. Waiting for others to share the fire is a mistake. Protect your flame and let it grow. You may feel pain when people you expected to help you turn away. But remember, their absence does not kill your dream. It only reminds you that your dream belongs to you. The pain can either break you or push you to grow stronger. Use it as fuel. Let disappointment harden your will, not soften it. Every no you hear is a chance to say yes to yourself. When you stop expecting sympathy, you become unstoppable. Criticism no longer scares you. Silence no longer weakens you. Doubt from others no longer controls you. Because you know the truth. Your dream depends only on your hands, and as long as your hands keep working, your dream remains alive. Your value is not in how many people feel sorry for you. Your value is in how many steps you take despite the lack of sympathy. Every action you take is proof that you are serious. Every decision to move forward makes your dream more real. And with enough actions, reality cannot deny you. Sympathy is weak. Action is strong. The ocean will always be rough, but the captain who never gives up will always find a way to the port. Your port is waiting. Your dream is waiting. The storms may come, the support may not, but you must keep sailing. Because the only thing that can sink your ship is your decision to stop steering. As long as you steer, you are still alive, still moving, still winning. So do not wait for sympathy. Build your dream without it. Work in silence, act with persistence, and prove with results. The world may ignore you today, but one day it will see what you have built. That day, you will not need sympathy. You will have success. And success, earned without pity, shines brighter than anything else. Chapter 3. Build discipline, not excuses. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. Without it, even the most powerful dreams remain only in your mind. Excuses are easy to make, but they build nothing. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, you place another brick on the path toward your goal. The choice is always yours, and the results are always yours too. Excuses sound smart in the moment. They give you comfort, They let you feel safe. But in the long run, they leave you with nothing but regret. Discipline, on the other hand, feels hard in the beginning, but rewarding in the end. What you choose each day determines what kind of life you create. Excuses build walls, discipline builds doors. Think of your life as a house. Every excuse is like leaving the house unfinished. You promise yourself you will add the roof later, the windows tomorrow, and the doors someday. But days turn into years, and the house never gets built. Discipline is the opposite. It is putting one brick in place every single day until the house stands strong. Some people say they are waiting for the right time, but there is no perfect time. There is only now. Discipline understands this, but excuses do not. Excuses will always whisper that tomorrow is better, but tomorrow never comes. Discipline says, start today. That one choice separates the dreamers from the doers. When you practice discipline, you are training your mind to become stronger than your emotions. Feelings will change every day. You may feel tired, sad, or unmotivated. If you follow only your feelings, you will stop. But discipline says, do it anyway. That habit of acting even when you don't feel like it is what makes progress unstoppable. Excuses also spread like a disease. Once you allow one excuse, it becomes easier to allow another. Soon, excuses take over your entire life, and you stop believing in yourself. But discipline works the same way. Once you practice it in one area, it spreads into others. Discipline in studying helps discipline in working. Discipline in health helps discipline in money. The story of success is not about talent alone. Talent without discipline becomes wasted potential. How many smart people do you know who never achieved anything? The difference between them and those who succeed is discipline. Discipline is not glamorous, but it is powerful. It is the quiet force that makes ordinary people extraordinary. Imagine Elon Musk again. His talent is great, but his discipline is greater. He worked endless hours, sometimes sleeping on the factory floor because he refused to make excuses. If he had said, "I am too tired," or "this is too risky," Tesla and SpaceX would not exist today. His discipline turned impossible dreams into reality. Your life is no different. Excuses will always appear like shadows, but shadows cannot stop you if you keep walking. Discipline is the light that pushes shadows away. Every step you take in discipline brings you closer to the person you want to be, and every excuse delays you, sometimes for years, sometimes forever. Think about health as an example. Discipline is choosing to exercise even when you don't feel like it. Excuses are saying, "I will start next week." 1 year later, nothing has changed. The same rule applies to studying, working, or building a business. Excuses waste time, but discipline multiplies it. Excuses often disguise themselves as reasons. They sound logical. I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't know how. But these are not reasons, they are excuses. The truth is, if something is important enough, you will find time, you will find a way, and you will learn. Discipline makes you resourceful, while excuses make you blind. Discipline is not about perfection, it is about consistency. You don't need to be perfect every day, but you must show up every day. Small, consistent actions create massive results over time. Excuses want perfection first, then action. Discipline knows action comes first, and perfection grows from action. Excuses are the language of fear. Fear tells you it is safer not to try. Fear says, "What if you fail?" But discipline speaks a different language. It says, "What if you succeed?" Discipline is not afraid of failure because it knows every failure teaches a lesson. Excuses keep you stuck. Discipline moves you forward. Many people wait for motivation to appear before they act. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the wind. Discipline is stable, like the ground beneath your feet. You cannot build a life on the wind, but you can build it on solid ground. That is why discipline will carry you further than motivation ever could. Excuses often feel justified because they protect your comfort zone. The comfort zone is warm, but nothing grows there. Discipline drags you out into the cold, into the challenge, into the unknown. It feels uncomfortable, but it is where growth happens. Discipline is uncomfortable today so that tomorrow can be comfortable. Excuses whisper lies. They say, "You are not ready," or "You are not good enough." But these lies only become true if you believe them. Discipline tells the truth. You become ready by starting. You become good enough by practicing. The choice is whether to believe the lies of excuses or the truth of discipline. Every successful person has faced the same battle between excuses and discipline. The difference is not that they had fewer excuses. It is that they ignored them. They chose discipline. You can do the same. Excuses are universal, but so is discipline. It is a weapon available to anyone willing to use it. When you practice discipline, you build trust with yourself. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you prove that your word matters. Excuses break that trust and make you doubt your own strength. Discipline builds confidence, excuse by excuse, day by day. Self-trust is the foundation of all success. Excuses create stories, but discipline creates history. 10 years from now, will you tell a story of why you couldn't, or will you have history to show of how you did? History is built by discipline, by actions repeated daily until they shape the future. Excuses die in silence. Discipline lives forever in results. Excuses can feel safe, but they keep you small. Discipline feels hard, but it makes you grow. Which life do you want? A safe, small life filled with regret, or a disciplined life filled with growth and fulfillment? The answer will define your destiny. Discipline also teaches resilience. When life hits you with problems, excuses tell you to stop. But discipline teaches you to rise again. Every time you get back up, you prove that you are stronger than your struggles. Excuses end the story early. Discipline keeps writing. Excuses are addictive. The more you use them, the harder it becomes to stop. But discipline is also addictive. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. At first, it feels impossible, but soon it becomes part of your identity. You stop saying, "I can't," and you start saying, "I will." Your dreams require discipline like your body requires air. Without it, your dreams suffocate and die. Excuses cannot give them life. Only daily effort, repeated again and again, can. The world will not hand you your dream, but discipline will help you earn it. Discipline is not punishment, it is freedom. Excuses may feel free, but they chain you to mediocrity. Discipline feels strict, but it frees you to live the life you truly want. Freedom is not doing whatever you feel like. Freedom is the ability to create your future. If you want to see change, you must choose discipline over excuses every single day. The results may not come immediately, but they will come. Excuses bring instant comfort and long-term pain. Discipline brings instant discomfort and long-term success. The choice is clear if you are willing to be honest with yourself. Excuses will always exist. They never run out. But so does discipline. it will always be available to you. Which one you choose is up to you. One leads to regret, the other to greatness. Every moment is a decision between the two. The secret of discipline is that it compounds. One day of discipline leads to two, two leads to a week leads to a month, and soon your entire life is transformed. Excuses also compound, but in the opposite direction. A life of excuses becomes smaller, weaker, and filled with regret. Think of your life as a garden. Excuses are weeds that grow quickly and take over everything. Discipline is the careful planting, watering, and tending that produces fruit. If you stop tending, weeds will appear. But if you stay disciplined, your garden will flourish. The harvest belongs to the one who works, not the one who complains. So, build discipline, not excuses. Every excuse you let go of is a victory. Every disciplined action is a step toward greatness. One day, when you look back, you will see that discipline gave you the life excuses could never deliver. And in that moment, you will be proud that you chose strength over weakness, action over delay, and discipline over excuses. Chapter 4. The Secret to Success. Small steps for big goals. Big goals can feel impossible when you look at them all at once. They stand like mountains, so tall that your heart feels heavy before you even begin. Many people quit at this moment because the mountain looks too big. But here is the truth. No one climbs a mountain in one step. Success is always built by small, simple steps. Think about reading a book. If you look at 300 pages, you may feel tired before starting. But if you decide to read only 10 pages a day, the book becomes possible. 10 pages is not much, but after 1 month, you will finish. Small actions, done daily, create big results. That is the secret people forget. Small steps also protect you from fear. Fear comes when your goal feels too big. But when you break it into small steps, fear becomes smaller too. You no longer say, "I cannot do this." Instead, you say, "I can do this today." That simple change in mindset can carry you forward further than you imagine. Think about learning a language. If you try to learn everything in one day, you will fail. But if you learn 5 new words every day, in 1 year you will know more than 1,800 words. That is enough to speak and understand basic conversations. Small steps may look slow, but they are faster than quitting. Excuses often hide behind big goals. People say, "It is too hard," or "I do not have time." But those excuses are built on the idea of doing everything at once. Small steps remove excuses. You always have 5 minutes to read, to write, to practice. Success begins when you stop waiting for the perfect time and take the small time you have. Think about fitness. Many people want to lose weight or build strength. They look at pictures of athletes and feel discouraged. But those athletes did not transform in one day. They began with small routines, a few minutes each day, until the habit grew. Small steps turn impossible dreams into visible progress. Michelle Obama's story is a good example. She did not wake up one morning as First Lady of the United States. She studied step by step, worked job by job, and built her path slowly. Each decision was a small stone in the road that led to a global stage. Without those small steps, the big role would never have been possible. Small steps also give you confidence. Every time you finish a small goal, you prove to yourself that you can achieve something. That feeling grows inside you. Soon, you no longer doubt yourself because you have proof of progress. Confidence is not built in one giant success. It is built in many small victories. Big dreams can blind you to the present moment. You may spend years waiting to be ready. But readiness is built through action, not waiting. Small steps make you ready while you move. They give you experience, skills, and courage. The path becomes clear only after you start walking. Discipline loves small steps. When you commit to small actions daily, discipline becomes easier. It feels less heavy and more natural. You no longer need to fight yourself every day. The habit takes control, and you simply follow. That is why small steps are the key to long-lasting change. Sometimes we overestimate what we can do in a week, but we underestimate what we can do in a year. A year of small steps can transform your life completely. 1 page a day becomes a library. 1 coin saved a day becomes wealth. 1 kind word a day becomes a stronger relationship. Small steps have big power. Small steps also teach patience. In a world that loves quick results, patience is rare. But true success is not quick, it is steady. Small actions train you to wait, to trust the process, to understand that slow progress is still progress. Patience is the secret ingredient in every success story. The brain also learns better with small steps. When you overload it, it resists. But when you feed it little by little, it grows stronger. Think about school. Lessons are given chapter by chapter, not all at once. Life is the same. Break it down, and you will master it. Many people give up because they look at how far they have left to go instead of how far they have come. Small steps help you focus on today's victory. You no longer say, "I am so far from the top." You say, "I have already climbed this much." That perspective keeps you moving forward. Small steps also prepare you for big opportunities. Imagine a musician who practices only a little each day. Years later, when a chance arrives to perform, they are ready. But the person who waited to practice only when the big moment came will fail. Success loves the person who prepares quietly with small steps. Big goals test your patience, but small steps reward your effort. Every day you finish 1 step, you feel progress. That small daily reward keeps you motivated for the long journey. Motivation comes and goes, but daily wins keep your heart alive. Small victories build unstoppable momentum. Failures also become easier to handle when you use small steps. If 1 step fails, you can try again tomorrow. But if you bet everything on 1 giant action and fail, you may lose hope. Small steps protect you from giving up because the risk is smaller and the chance to try again is always near. Think of success like a puzzle. At first, the picture is confusing, but piece by piece, it becomes clear. Every small step is 1 puzzle piece. Alone, it may not look like much, but when you keep adding them, the masterpiece appears. Success is nothing more than completed small steps. Small steps also create habits. Habits are stronger than willpower. Willpower may fail when you are tired, but habits carry you automatically. If you train yourself to take 1 small step daily, soon it becomes natural. Habits make success easier, and habits are always built through repetition, not big effort once. Your brain loves progress. Even small progress gives it a chemical reward, a feeling of joy. That is why small steps are powerful. They give your brain constant encouragement. When you feel rewarded, you continue. That cycle keeps you moving forward long after others have quit. Some people laugh at small steps. They say, "It is too little," but little plus little becomes much. Drops of water fill the ocean. Grains of sand build the desert. Never underestimate the power of small things done with consistency. They are stronger than big things done only once. When you choose small steps, you are choosing sustainability. You are building something that can last. Quick success often disappears just as quickly, but steady success stays because it was built with patience and strength. That is the true power of small steps. They create results that endure. Think about your dreams again. They may feel far away, but ask yourself, what is one small step I can take today? Do not think about the whole mountain. Think about the next step. That step will lead to another and another, until one day you stand at the top, looking down at how far you have come. Success stories often look glamorous from the outside, but inside they are built from years of small efforts. Every writer wrote one page at a time. Every athlete trained one day at a time. Every leader learned one lesson at a time. The highlight you see is only the result of thousands of small steps. Small steps also create gratitude. When you move slowly, you notice the journey. You appreciate every lesson, every improvement, every moment of growth. Big leaps may make you skip the details, but small steps teach you to value each one. Gratitude makes success even sweeter. One of the biggest lies in life is that success happens overnight. The truth is, success is a long road of small steps. Overnight success is usually 10 years of effort that no one saw. Do not be fooled by what looks fast. Trust the process of small, steady progress. Small steps are also kind to your mind. They reduce stress. You no longer feel overwhelmed by the big picture. You focus only on what you can do today. That mental shift makes the journey lighter and more enjoyable. Success should not only be the destination, it should also be the journey. Small steps teach humility. You realize that greatness is built one day at a time, just like everyone else. You do not need to be a genius. You only need to be consistent. That understanding takes away fear and gives you freedom to try. Ordinary people with small steps become extraordinary. So, the secret to success is simple but powerful. Break your big goals into small steps and then take them daily. Do not fear small beginnings. Do not despise little progress. Over time, these steps will carry you further than you dreamed. The mountain will become climbable, the puzzle complete, the dream real. Success belongs to those who walk, not those who only wish. Chapter 5. An Unstoppable Mindset. Building Resilience. Life is full of both sunshine and storms. No matter who you are, you will face challenges, failures, and pain. The difference between those who succeed and those who stop is resilience. Resilience is the ability to rise again, to keep going, even when the road feels impossible. It is the secret power inside every unstoppable person. Many people think success means never failing. That is not true. Success means failing many times, but choosing not to quit. Each failure is only a lesson, not the end of your story. If you see failure as the teacher, you grow stronger with every fall. That is the mindset that makes you unstoppable. Encouragement from others is nice, but it cannot be the fuel for your entire journey. Sometimes no one will clap for you. Sometimes no one will say, "You can do it." In those moments, you must become your own cheerleader. The voice inside your head must say, "I will keep going." That is resilience. Think about Albert Einstein. As a child, teachers called him slow and unfit for school. But he believed in himself, even when no one else did. He focused on his ideas, worked quietly, and ignored the noise. Years later, the world called him a genius. Resilience transformed rejection into greatness. Failure hurts, but it does not have to destroy you. Pain can become power when you decide to rise again. Every time you stand up, you are proving that you are stronger than the problem. Problems want to break you, but resilience turns them into stepping stones toward your future. Resilience is built, not born. No one is born with unshakable strength. It is developed through practice, through choosing to keep moving forward every single time you fall. Like a muscle, resilience grows the more you use it. Every fall is a chance to train it. Every rise is proof that it works. The road to success is never straight. It has twists, turns, and broken places. Resilience is the vehicle that keeps you driving, even when the road is rough. Without it, you stop halfway. With it, you arrive at the destination, no matter how far it is. Resilience is also about perspective. When something bad happens, you can see it as the end or as the beginning of something new. The lens you choose determines your future. Optimism is not denying pain. It is believing that pain can be used for progress. That belief is the root of resilience. Strong people are not those who never cry or never feel weak. Strong people are those who cry, feel weak, but keep moving anyway. Resilience does not mean ignoring emotions. It means accepting them, then standing back up with courage. That honesty makes strength real and human. The world will test you again and again. Each test is an invitation to give up or to grow. If you give up, the test wins. If you grow, you win. Resilience ensures that every test, no matter how painful, becomes a story of strength in your future. Think of life like waves in the ocean. Sometimes the waves knock you down. You may swallow water, you may feel scared. But resilience teaches you to float, to stand, and to swim again. Without resilience, you sink. With it, you learn to ride the waves. Resilience also builds patience. Success rarely comes quickly, and the waiting can be painful. But resilience says, I will not stop, even if it takes longer than I hoped. That patience is a shield against disappointment. It helps you last longer than the people who quit early. When you practice resilience, you also inspire others. People see you fall and rise again, and they learn from your example. They realize they can rise too. Your resilience can light a fire in someone else's heart, turning your personal struggle into collective strength. Resilience is not about never feeling doubt. Everyone feels doubt. The key is not letting doubt control your decisions. Resilient people feel the fear and still act. They may not know if they will succeed, but they know quitting guarantees failure, so they keep walking forward. Imagine a seed buried under soil. It looks dark, heavy, and hopeless, but inside, the seed is growing roots, preparing to rise. That is resilience. Even when the world above looks impossible, the seed keeps pushing until one day it breaks through into the sunlight. Humans are the same. Every rejection you face is not a closed door forever. It may just mean, try another way. Resilience makes you creative because you start looking for different paths instead of giving up. Many great inventions were created only after hundreds of failures. Without resilience, the world would not have them. Resilience also brings peace. When you know you will rise no matter what, fear loses its power. You stop worrying about what could go wrong because you trust yourself to handle it. That calmness allows you to act boldly and to take risks that others avoid. Failures are temporary, but quitting makes them permanent. Resilience is the bridge between temporary pain and permanent success. It turns endings into new beginnings and mistakes into lessons. That bridge is always there if you choose to walk across it. Resilience protects your dreams. The world will try to shake them, break them, and laugh at them. But resilience holds them close until they grow strong enough to stand on their own. Without resilience, dreams die early. With resilience, they live long enough to bloom. The people you admire most in history are all examples of resilience. From athletes who trained after defeats, to leaders who fought through failures, to creators who worked in silence until recognition came. Their secret was never that they never failed, it was that they never stopped. Resilience makes you flexible. Instead of breaking when life bends you, you adjust and adapt. A tree that cannot bend will snap in a storm. A tree that bends, survives, and grows taller. Flexibility is not weakness. It is the wisdom of survival. Resilience is also a choice. You cannot always control what happens, but you can control how you respond. That decision, to fight, to rise, to keep going, is always in your hands. No one can take it away from you. That makes resilience the most personal power you have. Pain is heavy, but resilience turns it into strength training for your soul. Every hardship adds weight, and every time you carry it, you become stronger. Over time, the weight that once broke you becomes the weight that builds you. That transformation is resilience in action. Resilience is the art of starting again, even when you feel tired of starting. It is waking up one more time, taking one more step, believing one more day. That extra effort separates the ones who make history from the ones who are forgotten. Sometimes resilience means changing direction. It does not always mean pushing the same wall forever. If one path is blocked, resilience says, find another road. Quitting says, there is no road. Resilience sees possibilities where excuses see dead ends. The beauty of resilience is that it makes victory taste sweeter. When you finally succeed after many failures, the joy is deeper because you know the struggle. Easy victories are quickly forgotten, but victories won with resilience are remembered forever. Resilience also keeps your heart soft. Hardships can make people bitter, but resilience teaches compassion. You understand pain, so you care for others in pain. That empathy makes you not only strong, but also kind, a combination the world truly needs. Every time life pushes you down, remember this. Resilience is not about avoiding the fall. It is about refusing to stay on the ground. Stand up, even if your legs shake. Move forward, even if your steps are small. That decision makes you unstoppable. Your future will not be decided by how many times you fall. It will be decided by how many times you rise. If you rise one more time than you fall, you win. Resilience guarantees that you will always have the chance to rise, and that chance is all you need. So build an unstoppable mindset. Train your resilience like a muscle. Accept failure, learn from it, rise again, and move forward. Do not wait for the world to carry you. Carry yourself. With resilience, nothing can break you. With resilience, you are truly unstoppable. Thank you for watching Easy English Official. Remember, life is not always fair, but you are stronger than every storm you face. Keep practicing your English. Keep moving toward your dreams, and never give up on the path you are building. If this video gave you hope and strength, share it with a friend, subscribe for more lessons, and join us again for another step on your journey to success.